LMNT is an electrolyte drink that has everything you need and nothing you don't. That means the exact ratios of electrolytes are in LMNT, and those are sodium, magnesium, and potassium, but it has no sugar.
Electrolyte water, like the popular supplement LMNT, isn't just a trendy hydration tool. It's a mix of sodium, potassium, and magnesium designed to help with fluid balance, especially during intense activities where you sweat excessively. However, using high sodium electrolyte water regularly isn't necessarily for most people and could be harmful, especially if you're sensitive to sodium. With a serving of LMNT containing 1,000 milligrams of sodium, it can quickly push you over the recommended daily allowance of 2,300 milligrams, especially considering the average American consumes about 3,600 milligrams of sodium per day. This excess intake could increase your risk of high blood pressure. That doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't try an electrolyte supplement. Just do your homework. Monitor your sodium intake for a couple of weeks and check your blood pressure regularly. If you feel better using the supplements and you're not sodium sensitive, or if you train heavily and sweat a bunch, a more cost-effective solution could be adding a pinch of salt to your water and just adding a little bit of extra flavoring. The extra potassium and magnesium isn't necessary if you're eating a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables. When it comes to understanding sodium's effects on health, it's important to be aware of reverse causality, a situation where the outcome influences the exposure rather than the other way around. For example, in sodium studies, people who are already sick with conditions like heart disease, kidney disease, or cancer may consume less sodium because of their illness or doctor's advice. These individuals then tend to show up in the low sodium intake category in studies, but their higher mortality rates are actually driven by their underlying disease, not by the low sodium intake itself. Without accounting for this, studies can mistakenly suggest that low sodium is harmful, creating what appears to be a J-shaped curve where both very high and very low sodium intakes are associated with higher risks. But when reverse causality is properly adjusted for, the data often shows moderate sodium reduction, particularly in people with hypertension, can indeed lower their risk of heart disease and stroke. In fact, more recent evidence suggests that the relationship between sodium intake and health outcomes like hypertension and cardiovascular accidents may be more linear than we once thought. High sodium intake is clearly linked to increased cardiovascular risks, while moderate reduction is beneficial, especially for those with high blood pressure. Everyone is unique in their sodium needs, which is why checking your blood pressure regularly and adjusting your body's intake based on your body's response is essential. Use electrolyte supplements wisely and monitor your body's response closely to find the right balance.